All right, you crazy animals. It's Crossroads. Welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 405. Brandon Reef, Jonathan Birdsong, JB. We've had 72 hours to chew on it. You can spit it up, vomit, swallow it, all different types you could go. But after the Pacers low draft lottery did not go their way, and such. But before we get to that, how are you, sir, these last few days?
Hey man, doing just fine, man. Spring is here. At least it's holding here in the Circle City, man. But doing just fine. Brandon Reef mentions like if Sunday was a very dark day in here in any sports streets, man. Pacers did not get since Pacers swung for the fences with a with a bad trade, and did not end up on it. But yeah, a couple days afterwards, but even Blue Monday, man, I was probably going crazy still too. You know what I mean? But the Pacers not dead. The Pacers aren't dead to me just yet. Kevin Pritchard, on the other hand, especially with, kind of thinking the lay of the land, Brandon, like Daryl Morey finally, got fired. And I know it's something we probably gonna expand upon a little bit later on, but like, some of these owners, if you're gonna write them a big, if you're gonna write he or she's gonna write you a big time check, they expect big time results. So Pacers still gonna be in a winning type of situation next year for sure. We got to bounce back. From the injury for with Tyrese Halliburton, but it was very deflating that they didn't get the a top four pick for sure. But like again, they're not dead to us just yet. Not at all.
No, no. And I know I went off. I went crazy. My video went viral. We had about 2,800 live views at the point during the chaos that we even did our own little post show there. But I think it was Tuesday morning. Sunday night I couldn't sleep. Felt like shit. Monday continued to feel like shit. Everywhere you work, you're walking, you go in the buildings, TVs are all on. It's all about the Pacers, all about the Pacers. You hear the interviews from Kevin Pritchard. He puts out the tweet Sunday night that he's sorry, the Pacer fans, all this. And then Tuesday morning, I woke up and I had a whole different thought process, John. That we still have a center. We have a
Yep.
lot of the guys coming back now. Really hope Halliburton can play to the Halliburton that it was before. He says he can, but let's really see what happens. He may not, right? And that could be a problem. We have not lost a playoff series when Tyler Halliburton has been healthy. Let's just put it out there. Since we've
True.
been in the playoffs, the Celtics series, he was injured, didn't finish the series. So if he's played, we've won. So that's great to have him possibly coming back. And this is a window. This is a 2-year to 3-year window for Indiana. 2 years, I'm going to say, to win now. And they talked about today on the radio. Shout out yesterday, JMV, friend of the program, friend of you and I, John, that we'll talk. He had a nice shout out for us today on his show
Yep.
as I broke some news with the Colts. But he talked to Chad Buchanan and he said, they're looking at a lot of different ways and they're going to make a big move this offseason to get that stretch forward, like athletic forward that you not
Mm.
kind of need to look at getting. I hate to say it, but like a Paul George length and athleticism, like a Paul George type esque player. Um,
Yeah.
I told you off the air, hey, LeBron wants the league minimum, wants the mid level exception, and he likes
Yeah.
having Tyrese. Hey, come on,
Yeah. That.
King, come on.
Yeah.
But
That's weird waters out there for
I
LeBron, but
like
I don't know.
I like the fact KP kind of owned up to it. He's made some swing. They've made some swings before on some things. So I'm gonna let KP get these 2 years because let's see what can happen. I guess as you're getting your guys back. You got to have some additions. We got very lucky last year. A lot of things went our way, right? A lot of shots fell our way there late in the games.
Yep.
So we're going to have to be adapted because it's probably not going to happen like that again, right? That's a one in a lifetime run that you have
My,
there.
my man ain't necessarily walking the plank, but he's on some ice. Again, man, it's
Yeah,
the same guy,
because in 3
Brandon Reed.
years, it's getting blown up. I'm just
Brandon
letting you
Reed,
know
the same.
now. The way the contracts are, it will be blown up in 3 years.
Yeah, when Kevin Pritchard was the vice president or the general manager of the Portland Trailblazers, he did draft one Greg Oden over Kevin Durant. Let's not forget about that part. You know what I'm
Was
saying?
Or
Um,
was
just I will put my 2 cents on it, man. A team like the Pacers that does not want to go into the luxury tax or go, go over anything should not ever tank. If you're not going to do that, because like both of the extremes are kind of like your team has to kind of go through if you do that. So, a team like the Pacers should never ever tank. But can't put spilled milk, and now they got enough talent down and youthfulness. You know what I'm saying? If they really run back with this squad, they'll be fine. But they also, like you said, they got some flexibility. You know what I'm saying? Down there, you know what I'm saying? Jerry, the homie ain't necessarily, you know what I'm saying? He probably needs another team. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think TJ McConnell's going anywhere or anything like
no, we
that.
got
But there's
draft
some,
picks. 5 of the
but yeah,
next
but there's
7
yeah,
drafts, we have our first round pick.
yeah, and like I said, there's some youthful names on that bench
Let me
that
ask you this.
good.
It's a report today that the Wizards are open to trading number 1.
I don't
Do
really
you look
understand
at
that.
that, or do you think it's a king ransom for Pritchard and them that they would be asking
Yeah,
for?
yeah, I don't. Brandon Reef, I really don't understand that. They already have a
They got
locker
Trey
room.
Young. They've
They
got
got a locker.
Anthony
They got
Anthony
well,
Davis. They got Rishar, whatever his last name
yeah,
is.
yeah. But like, man, again, a lot of those guys are either don't want to be there, or a lot of those guys somebody didn't believe in. You know what I'm saying? Or a lot of those guys are still, you know what I'm saying? Second year guys. You know what I'm saying? They're still ascending. So, it sounds like AD wants out because he wants to be in a playoff type of situation. So I would imagine there's probably some flexibility there. It probably won't happen with Anthony Davis. It probably won't happen on draft night. Like I think like Brandon Reed, it's gonna happen with Giannis on draft night. Draft night, Giannis is going somewhere. The
Could the
Milwaukee
Pacers
Bucks
be
ownership,
involved in a 3-way trade with the Bucks and the Giannis trade? I think they could.
I, it's possible. It's possible. Get some more support. Get what they're looking for. It
Who for
won't be.
you?
Go ahead.
Who for you is most expendable on the team?
The young rookie, he ain't a rookie no more, man. From Houston,
Jarris Walker.
Jarris Walker. Again, man, has shown flashes. But technically, it's probably playing behind 2 or 3 other guys that you know, saying kind of long. If the Pacers was going to draft AJ Patanza, he was going to be really the odd man out. If the Pacers had got the number 1 overall pick, he was going to be the odd man out as far as like minutes is concerned. The Pacers would love to have him. He's on a rookie contract, right? But he would kind of be the odd man out.
I'm going to give you some names for some mid-level exception players that they could trade for. You tell me, yeah, nah.
If I'm gonna go crazy about it,
First one, unrestricted free agent, Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton, no, thank you. I'm
You
good
were
on that,
muted
man.
there. I can't hear you.
You said I'm muted.
Or your audio went out. One of the two.
Oh, there we go. I'm not interested in no type of Chris Middleton.
No audio. Pop out, pop back in. Let's see. Nothing.
Can you hear me? All right, we'll
Deep
do.
state, man. Deep
They
state.
got me, man. They got me.
All right. So while John tries to get himself figured out here, I'll remove him from the stream. And I'll kick him from the studio so he gets back in. There's not a lot of sexy names out here for the Pacers, mid-level exception guys. Chris Middleton, no thank you. He's been 3 teams? Bucks, Wizards, now Mavericks or whatever he's been with. So he's coming off a very expensive $31 million contract and injuries. I don't think somebody goes, "There's Pacers have a ton of Pacers front office has a ton of respect for him." Okay, you can have a ton of respect. Doesn't mean you're going to be a fit for the program and what you're looking for. The next one, I think. Here comes John. See if he's in here. There you are. Let's see if he unmutes himself.
How we sounding?
Nothing.
Well,
Keep talking. Let me check the feed. I mean, I'll check the live show to see, but if I can't hear you, I don't think the I don't hear him. JB. Remove him from that one. Let's get him out of there. Man, you gotta love it tonight, man. Deep State got us. JB, can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. You can't hear me either?
I can't hear him. Let me try something else real quick.
I went to a totally different phone. Oh, man. This is not good. Everyone can see and hear you.
Can you hear me, John?
I can hear you.
I can hear you now. Okay.
Oh, all right, let's try.
All right. So mid-level exception, guys. Chris Middleton does not tickle my fancy. I know he made $31 million on a horrible contract. He's been with the Bucks, the Wizards, and the Mavericks. He's a mentor allegedly with Aaron Nesmith. Allegedly is a mentor, and the Pacers front office has respect for him, but it's a no-go for me on him.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think there's anybody in free agency that's going to, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, that they're kind of going to target. They got to look for somebody. Man, if the Pacers could get Keldon Johnson, right, you know what I'm saying, with that overload of talent that they have in the Spurs, you know they got to give up somebody at some point.
How do you feel about Gary Trent Jr.? He did kill the Pacers that one playoff game.
The shooter. Do the Pacers need a shooter or need some toughness? I would say they need both. Yeah, I would say they need both. So
I would not mind adding a former Rick Carlisle guy, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Okay, yeah, he's been bouncing around.
Free agent.
Yeah, I thought he probably thought it was going to work out. His stats and all that kind of went down latter part of the season versus like what they kind of looked at in Detroit. Man, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad look for Tim Hardaway Jr. to come to the Pacers.
Yeah,
no pressure.
That's kind of my another guy I saw that they were posting was Aaron Holiday coming back, but we're past that. That's
Aaron Holiday found a little groove out there in LA, man. He might need to stay out there.
Yeah,
man.
but it's not the top to get you over the top, right? I personally, if I were to pick, my guy it'd be Tim Hardaway for me. If you're looking for the Tim Hardaway, Tim Hardaway, people are going to say, well, it's not going to get you over the top. It may not, but you need to have that type of body out there.
Right.
Hell, would you take Buddy Hield back somehow?
Hey, weird, man. He's going to be looking for a job.
Yeah.
That's going to be, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of Atlanta Hawks are going to be looking for a job. You threw up something about Kuminga. The only way they could get Kuminga, even though he is a free agent, is through a trade. So they would have to like move something in order to get the Atlanta Hawks are kind of long in the tooth on what's his homie name, Jalen Johnson. That dude makes $30 million. You know what I'm saying? That dude, hey man, that ain't Dominique Wilkins out there. That ain't $30 million just yet, man. So there might be some wiggle room. But like that would be, I don't know. Kuminga is gonna cause some type of team tear up. I do feel like that if they can't work out a deal with him long term in the Hawks uniform. So, but I don't know, Brandon. It's gonna be rather interesting. Free agency is gonna be rather interesting. Even though the Pacers didn't get like I said, high draft pick, you got to look at the Portland Trail Blazers depth. They got big men. That's not gonna work out. Brandon Reed, is all that gonna work out in Utah? Who they got Ace. They're gonna have Ace Bailey, potentially Darren Peterson. You know what I'm saying? All these other guys.
There's a report that AJ DeBonsa wants to only play for the Utah. Came out today.
You can't force no trade, dude. You ain't got to go. You might as well go back to BYU, son. Go back to BYU. Call them shots.
So I don't know. It's here's the thing though, even like I was thinking, John, like who's to say these draft picks would even work out, right? I know we have the 5th pick, and at 5, you're not going to get what you need. Like value wise, a center's not at the 5 spot, even if you had it. So
I really you know, Caleb Wilson was on NBA press, kind of talking about he was a difference maker and all these other things. He was saying some positive things, man. But I'm like, the Chicago Bulls run, not you, sir. So you know what I'm saying. A lot of the guys kind of coming in are very spirited. You gotta understand, Brandon. This is probably gonna be a bust. Out of the top 12, this is probably gonna be 2-3 busts that even my analytics and you know what I'm saying, my belief was probably off on. What's his name? Nate Emmett. I don't want to say he's the bust, but I think he's got the longer road. The kid from Tennessee, I think he's got the longer road to kind of what they want to see him out, to see out him. Can he really be able to defend? Absolutely. 6'9", my God. But does he have a, you know what I'm saying, consistent enough jump shot? I don't, you know what I'm saying, that those are kind of question marks. But you know, there's no necessarily guarantees with this draft.
Yeah, Adam Finkelstein, AJ DeBonso is hoping to remain in Utah and prefers to be drafted by the Jazz.
I mean, Danny got some picks, man. He got enough picks.
His draft combine wasn't good, so I don't know if he's trying to tank it or what.
He got some things that, I mean, they can work out a deal. You know, they've done that before. Vince Carter got traded on draft day. Marbury got traded on draft day. You know, it can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Knicks swept the lowly Sixers 4-0. Embiid's going to be making $59 million next year for the 76ers. So as you said, they fire Morway. Nick Nurse stays.
Daryl Morey, you know what I'm saying, did not do himself any favors, man. There's a team that has a 2-time MVP, I do believe. They've never made it out of the Eastern Conference anything worth a damn. You know what I'm saying, definitely made it to the finals. They've mixed in talent. You know what I'm saying, you know who's been there, from James Harden to Holiday. You know what I'm saying, they've had talent, you know what I'm saying, running out of their team, and they've all centered around Joel Embiid, and it hasn't worked out in the long term. Has not worked out. You know what I'm saying? Either due to injury, player availability, or coach, whatever. Has not worked out. So nobody's gonna probably sing no sad songs for Daryl Morey. He's real arrogant, y'all. He's a real arrogant prick, man. It is, man. But he probably didn't do himself no disservice, man, when he traded McCain either. And again, it's like nobody's going to necessarily, you know, so you're not going to lose your job either, or if McCain turns into somehow, you know, saying the next second coming. But again, man, like you built a team up. This is a team what you're running with, and then, you know what I'm saying, somewhat of the overpay of Paul George again. You know what I'm saying? He made some bad decisions down the last 2 seasons, man. So he's gone. They gotta figure something out, man. I would say Paul George's contract is a little bit more easier to move than Joel Embiid's. Joel Embiid's probably kind of he's a 2-time MVP, y'all. Philadelphia, you better hug him, because like outside of his maybe last year when he be, you know what I'm saying, like nobody's trading for it. Pat Riley ain't trading for that. Denver ain't trading. You know what I'm saying? Nobody worth their salt is trading for that. So I could see Paul George's contract definitely getting moved. And because Brandon, when it came out there on that blowout, who were some of these dudes? Bonner, Terry. Like, you overpay for Paul George, and you got a center that can't do nothing but, like, I mean, who are these dudes, man? So, you know, it's going to be on whoever, you know what I'm saying, the new general manager is to kind of wiggle all that out. You know, and of course, deals will be made and whatnot. But if I had to see the first shoe, would probably be Paul George on another team.
Okay. Pistons and Cavs, the other series in the East. 2-2. Any more thoughts on where you see that kind of going?
They was bad mouthing James Harden like he's never had.
You were too. You called him Fat Harden.
Man, he's still a chunky. He's still a chunky. But man, people, you know what I'm saying, folks doubt him, you know what I'm saying, and then like the narrative kind of just drives, and it kind of becomes like, man, James Harden is there to be a playmaker first and foremost. That's just my personal opinion. Whether he scores 25 points or this is at 10 assists, you know what I'm saying, he's there to be a playmaker. If you watch the game, Donovan Mitchell can sometimes become a baseball, like he wants to hit all the home run shots. Like, oh my God, like, dude, you got 4 of the guys out here. He kind of forgets, but they bounced back pretty well, I think. They got to get their bigs more involved. You know what I'm saying? Even more involved. I know Jerry Allen's been killing, but like they got to get their bigs more involved and put more pressure on Duren. Duren's kind of like the front line of the Detroit Pistons. You know what I mean? So like they need to, more screen roll, And that probably means more James Harden out on the floor at critical points in time. You know what I'm saying? Again, they just got to play team basketball, and Cleveland will come out on top. For the Pistons, they got to figure out secondary scoring, Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of and I'm not gonna say regardless of the you know what I'm saying, the turnovers. I think we were talking about this last year with Cade Cunningham in turnovers, man. So it's kind of running thing, man. We got turnovers again issues, man. But like, where's he supposed to get the secondary scoring from consistently? Yeah, the homie, you know what I'm saying, who's two-time Detroit Piston, he's putting in work, man. But like Duran, who, you know what I'm saying, got to show up. Some of these other pieces that they kind of rotate out there, can't look scared. What's his name? Rutland, Ronald. I can't remember his last. So whatever. He's 2 years coming in, man. He looked scared when he got out there. So, Pistons will bounce back. They are the better defensive team. But they got to find some points other than Cade Cunningham.
Okay. Thunder swept the Lakers. I'm really surprised Luka. I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised Luka didn't play. Didn't even really want to be out there with this squad. LeBron, who knows what's happening? I think he comes back another year. I do. And then the other one, Spurs up 3-1 on the T-Wolves. They've kind of taken that stranglehold now, that series.
3-2. No, yeah, 3-2.
Is it 3-2? Sorry.
Yeah, it's 3-2. Anthony Edwards has to not get in these personal battles with the Spurs bench and the crowd, the opposing crowd. And he's gonna have to learn. Oh, man, the Spurs Spurs are not a little bit. Spurs are a lot of bit better than the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they still hang in there because they got a decent between Nas Reed and Gobert, who played like a total trash last night, but has played well through these playoffs and at least the first couple games, man. They kind of contain even Wemby with these great, blow your mind into the game statistics, man. They kind of contain the Spurs, man. De'Aaron Fox, like they turned it. He can be turned into a poor shooter, man. So, and that's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? That's the leader of your point guard leading your team, man. So, but like, no, man, just way too much talent, I think, for the Spurs to kind of mess this up. They're very connected, whether it's Castle, whether it's Fox. You know what I'm saying? They got the difference maker in Wembyana. Minnesota will have to play perfect again in order to get to 7. I think they got enough to defend home court. But again, you know what I'm saying? Dosunmu looks good, but like Dosunmu, you know what I'm saying? If the need start tightening up, that would be a concern. And like Anthony Edwards is gonna have to start sharing the ball, man. If you get double team, man, it's not for you to go 1-on-3. It's not the regular season no more, friend. But I think Minnesota. I think Spurs went out, but Minnesota got a little bit more to say before they bow out.
Interesting. Okay. Bucks are now seeking trade partners for Giannis. It's starting to ramp up. Ownership says it's going to be completed sooner than later. They would think by draft night. I thought Phoenix. I thought Orlando. And I thought I actually thought Clippers, when that number 5 pick now, could be in the move.
Because the ownership has kind of drawn the line in the sand, I do not know anymore, Brandon. Okay. I was edging Boston because that's kind of what they need. They needed, you know what I'm saying? They need some size. And does that mean they got to trade Tatum or Brown? I don't necessarily think so. But with the, you know what I'm saying, with the way the media kind of wants to punch it up, then they will. They got to trade. But Brown 29 and Giannis is 30. I think Atlanta's 32. That's not what I don't think the Bucks want to do that. I really don't. I think the Bucks want to kind of get younger. So then you kind of look at the tail of the tape, and you see Charlotte got 2 first-round picks. They need some size. It may not be where Giannis want to go, but you know what I'm saying. Look what they would do. Look what they probably send the player back to the 2 first-round picks. The Bucks are picking at what, pick 10? I do believe you'd be picking at pick 10, pick 11, and you know what I'm saying, get a play in return and pick pick 18 or pick 14, something like that. So there's going to be a variety of teams that are going to throw whatever. I was just kind of picking on Charlotte. The Lakers are going to – the Lakers, show me. The Lakers are not. The Clippers are going to probably throw something out there. The Golden State Warriors are probably going to throw something out there. Atlanta, they might, you know what I'm saying? We mentioned Kaminga, you know what I'm saying? They got some other contracts. They're not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, a fan of the, you know what I'm saying, the other kid they got from France. They might kind of throw some out there for Milwaukee to kind of dangle, think about. Minnesota, depending upon how they bow out, they were all in at the trade deadline and trying to get Giannis to come on over. That means they had to part way. It was a Nas Reed, you know what I'm saying, trade or whatever. But they messed up. They traded the kid to Chicago. They traded one of their assets to Chicago already, man. So they blew it. So not that Giannis was going to agree to it, but like the ownership has clearly drove their line in the sand. They're not waiting on Giannis to think about the Knicks anymore. They're not waiting on Giannis to think anymore. Whatever the best deal they have on them, they're going to take it.
Okay. We lost a couple guys, John. Brandon Clark found dead at 29, and then Jason Collins, the first open gay player, died at 47 from cancer. Lost two of them the same day.
Yeah, the NBA got hit hard yesterday, man. Substance. I mean, whether I don't never ask. You know me, Brad. I never ask. Like, why? I know the homie, the twin, he had come out and said a couple years ago that he was diagnosed with a tumor or whatnot. Clark, you know what I'm saying, ran afoul of law, unfortunately, a couple months ago, whatever. Had some demons that he was trying to conquer, man. Unfortunately, it sounded like the demons kind of caught up with him. So rest in peace to those two individuals, man. Nothing but love to their families, nothing but love to the NBA family.
The Wizards are leaning and open to trading the number one pick. We talked off the air.
Yeah.
Indy, do you try to see what the package would
be?
To
get back into it. Why not? But I don't know. I think the Wizards are. I don't know why. I had heard Brandon again. I had heard Zion Williamson's name attached to this, and again, if the kids represent, again, Brandon, we talking about a kid who's got $7 million behind his name, and AJ Batanza. So this could be true. That, you know what I'm saying, he's telling the Washington Wizards, you know what? Why don't you find somewhere for me to play? Because I don't really want to play in Washington. Then they might have to find a better deal for their team to improve. And if that means dealing the number one pick overall, then so be it.
Mentioned today the reunion of Stephen A. and Skip Bayless last Friday on First Take, John. 647,000 viewers, up 24% from the weekday show's average viewers for 2026. 35 million social media impressions on platform. If you don't think this was a test run to see if they could run it back, you are an idiot.
Man, Mad Dog might look like it's a shadow of Steve. Steve, shadow of Skip. That ain't Skip. Mad Dog, whatever his last name is, he's not Skip at all. And you know what I'm saying, some of the other folks that they tried to have replace Skip, whether Stephen A. couldn't get along with him and Max Kellerman long term, or some of the other folks and Shannon Sharp kind of got caught up in his own little controversies or whatever. But like, it hasn't necessarily been the same, be honest with you, Brandon, since Skip left. I'm talking about ESPN. Now, it hasn't been the same since a lot of people left ESPN, but you know, to see Skip back, I'm not as cantankerous with Skip, man. Skip's got some wild stuff that I think is over the top. But like, no, I think it's good, man. ESPN, like I did tap into it just a little bit, man. I watched 30 seconds of it, and it was all they reminded me of why I tapped out of them in the first place. It was all about why they hate LeBron. Why LeBron is not coming. He's not doing y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's not playing y'all little game, man. But that's all it was. LeBron this, LeBron that.
Yeah, absolutely. Word came out today. Rob Reiner put out a class of 2027 5-star center Isaiah Hill, 7-foot Indianapolis native, one of the top high school centers in the country, has committed to Purdue.
Amazing, shocking.
So Brandon Brantley, you've got yourself another big to work with.
Yet another one, big man. You
and another one. Isn't that what your boy DJ Khaled said?
DJ Khaled.
All right, a little seriousness for our fan base you have out on the West Coast. You're Rob Pelinka. What do you do out there? The Lakers.
I don't know, Brandon, because You got some contracts that you got players that nobody really wants outside of LeBron, and he's not making himself available in trade of any kind. He'll just go to where he wants to go. I think Reeves is due an extension, right?
Yeah, he's due for
But they gotta we need some more bodies. We need some some guys that can play, and that's no disrespect to Hachimura. That's all respect to unfortunately to Luke Kennard, who's probably gonna be on another team next year, and Maxi Kleber, who didn't play a lick in the playoffs. I don't think.
I forgot he was on the team.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Change is coming, man. Maybe they spend some money. Go into the luxury tax.
And can the Pacers
ownership group?
I would love to have like an Andrew Wiggins even from Oklahoma City or a Isaiah Joe from Oklahoma City. That type of person onto the squad. If you can get one of those two guys.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with it. So some college football news, John. Lane Kiffin calling out Ole Miss about just it was harder because they're stuck in their ways down there with the South and Ole Miss and the Rebel flag. Yeah. You think that, and then he apologizes, and then you got Sark coming out. Who says Sark comes out and says Ole Miss academics are like basket weaving? What is going on? These guys are ready for football?
Man, it's warming up, and there's a whole political aspect to this as well that you can tap to me up. We can get the knucklehead version of Jonathan Birdsong on Three Foolish Men on the Twitter handle Three Foolish Men. But like, nah, man, it's gonna be real awkward. I don't even have the schedule. We had the schedule. We put it up a couple weeks ago. I don't have the schedule in front of me, man. It's gonna be real awkward. LSU versus Ole Miss. It might be real awkward LSU anywhere. The more this goes on, Brandon, I think Lane was told to go up there to get in front of a situation, and he used where he came from, but like that doesn't make sense, Lane, because like they have the same thought process. They have some of the same thought process that you do. So I get it, man. So, but like you know, him saying that kind of, you know what I'm saying, whether somebody told him or where he kind of thought it was okay, you know what I'm saying, for him to kind of just jump up and say that, man, he's kind of put himself yet again in front of the camera. And, you know, Lane will be all right from a win-loss standpoint. He'll make sure that football team is ready to go, man. But, like, man, the fandom is going to be on that. They're going to be on that action. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When these two teams lock up, they're going to be on that action.
Can't wait. That's going to be some funness there. PGA Championships this week. Rory, Scotty, John Rahm, the crew. Looking forward to that. That starts up tomorrow. So I got to get your DraftKings lineups ready and your bets ready for that. Indy 500 practice started, John. Qualifying is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
A few notes for today. Connor Daly ran the fastest lap, even with tow, 228 over to 228.080 miles per hour. Alex Palou, who was fastest yesterday, the defending race champion, the 3-time series champion, back to back.
Yeah.
Ran a 228.026 himself today, so he's been fast both days. And then Team Penske, David Malukas, 3rd, Graham Rahal, 4th today. Tomorrow they have another practice. This weekend, very cooler today. This weekend, chance of rain at times and hot for qualifying. They did change up the format a little bit for qualifying. So that'll be interesting to see. And then I actually put out last night my tiered rankings for winners. Everybody that's running the race, what kind of tier are they in to possibly win the race? So I will repost it. I got a nice little tier thing. I made it out. My top 5 guys that had the best chance of winning, obviously Palou, Newgard, and McLaughlin, Pato O'Ward, and Scott Dixon. That second chance, second group, 100%. I could probably maybe move up to the top one, but I need to see his practice speeds and qualify.
Yeah,
Martin Erickson.
Yeah, weather is held up. You know what I'm saying, for the most part. So they're getting a good track out there. I know I've been, you know what I'm saying, I've been beating the drum for Lewin-Garden. Lewin-Garden not so great on the ovals, great on the street. Not so great on the ovals. but good on the, you know what I'm saying, good on the, you know what I'm saying, good on the street course. But he got a good car this year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of insiders believe. Brandon Reeves tells you right, man. All the names that he just said was Pelot or what's the homie who got disqualified last year?
Marcus Harris.
Before he could win the daggone race. You know what I'm saying? They hated on him.
Tacoma Sato, two-time winner. He's going to have a fast car again. Will Power.
I don't know. The OGs is out, man. I don't believe in the strive for 5 for Castro Nevis, man. He's out there just shaking hands, man. He can't.
He is not happy with his car, and the car is not performing well. He is dead last today in practice, not getting the speed.
Yeah,
so
man.
But
it's good to see him out there. It is.
Yep. So, what else I got? A little college news. As we talked about college football earlier, I forgot that in. The Wisconsin Badgers search committee has a search committee looking for a new AD, and they are tabbing Colts GM Chris Ballard, former Badger alum, and Michael Finley for the possible role of athletic director.
Well, Finley, somewhere in that ways of that aftermath of that Dallas front office after they traded Luka Doncic because he was still working there, even after they let the homie go. So I'm kind of good with that.
It'd be a good exit for Ballard. Be a good exit.
Be a good exit for Ballard. He's good. He's a good football guy, and probably got a $100,000 mansion that he got to still pay for, man. So once this season don't necessarily kind of go his way, because the eyebrows have said that this team needs to make the playoffs. She said it, not me, not Brandon Reed. The eyebrows have said this team needs to make the playoffs.
Uh-oh.
And they got Brandon Reed having private contact. They got enough. They got a competent quarterback room. Daniel Jones, the homie from Notre Dame, and Anthony Richardson. Ain't nobody going nowhere, Brandon. Newsflash, y'all. Ain't nobody going nowhere. This is what they're going to say. I don't know if Shane Steichen wants to play Anthony Richardson. Doesn't sound like it. But I guarantee Anthony Richardson gets some snaps out there. If Daniel Jones can't, we know Daniel Jones ain't going to be out there week 1, week 2. So I guarantee you Anthony Richardson will be out there.
Can I show you what I'm tired of seeing and people talking about on every show and on the internet?
What's that?
Ad nauseum, this.
The GOAT debate. We grown past that. We already passed that.
I'm over it, man. I'm over it.
I don't even share what people analytically think they scientifically believe, and they can go back. But Brandon Reeves, I don't even share Isaiah Thomas's craziness no more. I don't do that. I'm not doing that. Jim Hardaway said something crazy today, talking about Anthony Hardaway should have been the MVP when he was Orlando. I was like, what Anthony Hardaway? I get it, man. We miss Anthony, but man, sometimes they just kind of inflate some of these guys' mythos, man. And Michael Jordan was a torch carrier, water carrier, all those things. You know what I'm saying? Flu game. I don't care what Scottie Pippen says. I don't know why they beefing, but he's great. On the other flip side, LeBron James. How many years have we been talking about this? How many years have we been talking about LeBron James? I got people that I work with that said LeBron James been playing since they was in the first grade. And these are grown people. Said LeBron James been playing since I was in the first grade, man.
I was a senior in high school his first year.
Man, you gotta understand, man. There's how many types of ways can somebody become a billionaire?
Freshman in college on his first year. That's what it was.
Yeah, how many types of ways can somebody become successful, man? Right? The same way when it comes with basketball, man. There's, what I'm saying? Well, look, LeBron James' career don't take no backseat to nobody. Neither does Michael Jordan's. Debate over.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to think here.
No, it won't be. Michael Jordan never joined up with anybody.
Yeah, he did. Kwame Brown.
Michael Jordan.
Kwame.
That's what it is, man. Michael Jordan. That's the Kwame Brown style.
R.I.P.
Kwame Brown ain't dead.
Do I need to fact check it real quick?
No, man, Kwame Brown is not dead, man. Kwame Brown be, podcasting like
Kwame Brown, very much alive. Very much alive. Good for him.
Yes. Hey, man, the homie passed away, Bobby Cox, from the Atlanta Braves, though.
Yep, sure did.
I know we missed it, man. I know the Major League Baseball content on the Crossroads Sports Show ever since 2023 probably went down. It's not on me. It's on baseball. It's on Major League Baseball, man. They don't push it enough.
What Kwame said this week?
Who's that?
Kwame Brown said, quote, "You have a 41-year-old who only cares about his stats. Kwame Brown thinks LeBron James still playing is just, quote, sad."
A lot of guys still got a lot of hate, and they got a lot of hate. It's a lot of hate, man. It's a lot of hate.
Kwame?
You thought he was dead.
I did think he was dead. Apparently putting things out on LeBron, so.
He played dead in Washington.
What else you got, JB? Any big?
Nah, man. I know the fever.
Hey,
actually,
you gonna ask me about what's going on in Pittsburgh?
I thought I was quiet in Pittsburgh, man.
There's a lot of miscommunication going on right now with Rodgers. Was he there? Was he not there? Was he supposed to meet with the team and flake on him? Did he not meet with the team?
Brandon, he just is playing. This is new to you. It's not new to you.
We don't.
It's not new to you.
We got Aller.
It's new to the fandom. He just playing cloak and dagger.
What's his face there still? Will Howard. These boys are competing for a starting gig.
Rodgers down here. Rodgers will be there. It's just cloak and dagger. It's just cloak and dagger.
In Rodgers we trust for one more year. That's all I can say.
But no, man, I'm kind of amped to see what the Fever got tonight, man. Kayla Carr's back.
Is she playing? I heard she was hurt.
I think she's playing tonight. They're gonna roll them out there.
While you're talking.
Yeah, I think she's gonna play tonight. They're gonna roll them out there. I know she maybe she might want to come out there. It's LA. She might want to come out there with the hologram of Tupac instead of Morgan Wallen. I ain't heard not Morgan Wallen. She need to clean that up. But like, nah, man. They got some team. They got some team continuity things still. They need to kind of gel out.
He did say the N-word too. So
he said the N-word. I told you got some bad tape on the homie. He says he's sorry, paid some money to some, NCAA, man. But
that don't make you happy, right?
People don't forget. That's what I'm saying. Kayla Carr need to fight. She's gonna be out there in LA.
Hey, I got something. You're in big with the Indianapolis Recorder and the community downtown Indianapolis. How about that coming out that the Indiana Black Expo people have decided that they are not going to have the HBCU football game here on Circle City Classic weekend?
It's rough. It's rough, man. Fan support been down. They have to look at it from an economic standpoint, Brandon. It's been rough with getting fans to kind of come down there. Is it a football showcasing, or is it it's just a showcasing of like how many people can we, either way, like fandoms, ticket sales has been down for years. They're going in another direction, another youth-filled direction. So there's going to be a lot of high school football. It's going to be a girl flag football game being played down there. It's going to be a different look. As long as they can get attendance to come down there, it still be a good thing, man. And who knows, man? I'm just saying, who knows? It might come back, but you got to build it back up.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. I was shocked when I saw that news that's what was happening. So, trying to think if there's anything else. 8,500 sold out again this year. Sold out a week before, which is the first time it's been sold out that quick. Second consecutive year. Local TV blackout will be lifted for John.
I listen to it on the radio every year.
Yeah, but you can watch and listen. I turned the volume down and listened to the radio. I hope somebody trying to call JB. Anything else, John? Before we go?
They try to get me. Nah, man, great show, man. We got to get out here and pump it up, man, in the fashion that we do.
It's Jonathan Birdsong, Brandon Reed. Follow us on Twitter, on Facebook. Conversation continues there. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this show. Thank you to our sponsor, Scott K. Nichols State Farm Insurance, Thomas and Reed LLC as well. Thank you to them. Myself and John, we may have something on the weekend, a little weekend update. We'll see kind of how it goes, and we'll kind of go from there. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.